Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good to see you once again, and welcome you all to this press briefing again. Today we have on my extreme right, Mahima Singh, AICC Media Coordinator, and also we have Sujata Paul, AICC Media Coordinator, and also on my left we have Younger Longcomer, NBCC Secretary, and also the party spokesperson. Today we have a briefing on Unfulfilled Promises, Useless Budget, and Madam Sujata will brief us on this particular topic.
Friends, I welcome you to today's press briefing, and as you know, the union budget has been presented, and from 2018 you have been waiting for something for Nagaland. But what have we got? What we have got is a useless budget. What we have got is filled with fakery and falsities. It is a budget which will mislead the people of the country, and especially for the people of Nagaland. It is really sad that this budget has nothing. When we talk about the donor funds, for example, the donor funds are always going to come. It is a misconception that the union budget has anything to do with the donor. The donor is a separate department, has a separate minister, and it is incumbent on the center to provide funds to the Northeast, and that means that a majority of that money should be distributed equitably. And I said majority of the money, the largest amount, but actually what happens is that the money does not reach here. I don't know where it goes. Maybe friends of the media will be able to enlighten us on that, but definitely today when we go into elections, we had Lipo Rio government talking about election for solution. Change is coming, change is here, and now we know what the change is. Today the union budget came up with a fantastic, fanfare-filled budget, because that was merely an election budget. But the 3 states which are going into elections, including the state of Nagaland, what have we got? Nothing. Zilch. Because in the budget, they have spoken about Har Ghar Nal. And you know very well, in Nagaland, one basti, if it has one nal, we should be thankful about it. Drinking water is in short supply, or should I say that drinking water is not available at all, and the rich can dig tube wells. What about the poor? Is there anything for the poor people? They say that there is a growth rate of 6.1%. You know, these are big words and what the common man cannot understand. 6.1% is the growth rate, and if you go down to the ground level, to the grassroots, you will also understand that 14 crore people in the entire country do not have jobs today. If they are reeling under unemployment, can 6.1% growth rate provide us with those jobs? It cannot. Now, if you remember, during Corona, the Prime Minister depended entirely on Manrega to provide incomes to people. And you know what they've done? From 89,400 crore, the budget for Manrega has been brought down to 60,000 crores. That itself shows the intentions of the government. That shows that the government does not care. This is a government which does not care, and they have a government in Nagaland which does not care either. Nobody from the government will be speaking up. Why? Why are they not demanding it? Because they said this is a double-engine government. What is this double engine all about? It is only bringing trouble to the state of Nagaland. I must bring to your attention that from 2004 to 2014, the per capita income of every Indian was rising. And how much was it rising? 13.1%. 13.1%. From 2014 to 2023, I would like to draw your attention to the figures, which is 9.1%. You can find excuse outside, but the fact is that this government has failed, and it has failed the people of Nagaland today. Because Nagaland was expecting some special package. There was no solution. Election for solution was over. And this time I'm waiting to see And all of us are waiting to see what their slogan is going to be. But has change really come? Has a solution come? And especially with this budget, what is it? Very interestingly, this government has bettered itself than earlier because it has raised taxes, benefits for diamonds which come from Gujarat. But manpower, food for that manpower which exists, the atta, the flour, that has become more expensive. So it is Hira, sasta, atta, mehenga. This is what this budget is all about. So when we look into various other things, I don't need to go into the roads. There's nothing about the roads in that budget. They're talking about infrastructure building, but they're not talking about specifics. They're not talking about grassroots. They're not talking about the roads which exist in Nagaland. And if having a double-engine government, we have not been able to get any special package for Nagaland, it tells us that the government at the center does not care, and the government of NDPP led by Mr. Rio in alliance with the BJP promotes that no caring attitude of the central government. So the union government has to answer, but the state government also has to answer. If you look at education, you look at sports, there has been no announcement of any facility for sports today, no package for sports today. So the people of Nagaland, especially the youth of Nagaland, definitely will be asking this question, and we ask the union government this question on behalf of the youth of Nagaland. What have you thought for us? Do you want that 63% of the country which is going to depend on the free ration that you're going to provide for us, that will be good enough? People here want jobs. I have seen youngsters who are looking for jobs, who are looking for facilities, for platforms where they can showcase their talents, where they can get good jobs and they can play the sports of their choice. We talk about the national games being hosted here, but the government has not provided any package for Nagaland, which explains to us the kind of government we have in Nagaland. That's all I would like to say about the union budget which has come in, and I would request Mahima ji to take this forward. Yeah. Mr. Yanka?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello, friends from the press. Greetings from NPCC. We Nangas are very unfortunate. Unfortunate in the sense that we have been taken for a ride. And it's been a very costly and a very lengthy ride. Now, as man has been emphasizing on the word change. What has changed in the last 5 years? They have promised so much, starting with solution. Election for solution. But where is the solution? There is none. There is no solution because they are not capable of any solution. Forget about the Naga solution. They can't solve even small mistake. Look at the infrastructure around us, basic infrastructure of roads, of bridges, hospitals. Water supply. Where is the water supply? There is no water supply. Where are the roads? It's like rivers. As you leave the urban areas, as you go inside, the infrastructure has completely crumbled. Now, this government, especially this government, has emphasized on the word uniqueness, They have emphasized on the word special. They kept promising that if they're brought to power, Nagas, people of Nagaland will be treated differently. There will be special treatment for the Nagas. It'll be a double circle engine government. But nothing has changed. It's all just talk. And as a starter, it's very unfortunate. And but we can all bring about the change. Why wait for them? We have given them enough time. Why wait for them? And they talk about special treatment, special status for the Nagas, but it's not being shown in the budget. Because whatever infrastructure that we have here today, what we see here in Nagaland today, was built during the Congress times. That's all we have here. There was no change. There is no special treatment. There is no solution. So, my appeal to the people today is, let's not be taken for a ride. Let's stop now. Let's realize that we are being taken for a ride, and we should say that enough is enough. And
Now we can open it for questions.
yeah. Thank you.
Any questions?
When we get to hear from our national spokesperson also.
No, so the briefing has been done, the agenda today has been, he'll be addressing you every day. So one day I'll be doing, someday Sujata ji will be doing, someday other leaders will be getting. But for today, let's stick to the questions related to today's agenda, the budget.
Yes, I have a question, ma'am. Our present NDDP-led BJP government minister, Sri Jacob Jimomi, has proudly claimed in one of the interviews that 60% JJM projects has been fulfilled in Nagaland. That means almost every household in Nagaland has a tap water connection. So how do you like to?
I would definitely like to emphasize here that I have been visiting, so I'm not just speaking from a hotel room or from a press conference room. I have gone to villages and I have gone to Mr. Jacob's villages, the villages in his constituencies. You know, the schools in his constituency, and we are going to do a briefing on the Acer report. We have gone and seen what kind of schools exist over there, ma'am. And you will find that there are no walls. There are no windows. Forget the computers, which the Acer report talks about. Forget the water. There are no taps. The villages and the schools have the doors being painted blue from outside, and inside when you go, there are no children and there's dust and there is no blackboard. There is a cement slab over there which is working as a board. So Mr. Jacob is, talking just the way the Modi government talks at the center, just the way the BJP talks, and let's be very clear that there is no development. I will take you to a basti where the entire basti has one tap. Do come with me. I will take you there. Let's do a ground report from there.
Also, I add here that we are coming from outside, but you are all Naga people, Nagaland natives sitting here. You would better answer that question than us.
And what I would like to definitely tell you is that if you come with me to that basti, you will find how people are getting waterborne diseases. And you know very well that if water is not clean, there are the rich who can make bore wells, they can dig bore wells, and that's not a cheap proposition. So the poor can't do it, and let Mr. Jacob answer. Through you, I want an answer from Mr. Jacob. Why is it that the doors of the schools in his constituency are being painted blue from outside when there are no children? There are only broken benches over there. He should answer that. He should come out and tell the people of Nagaland why this is so.
No, she has went and seen it with her eyes.
And it upsets me. see that there are no schools, because Naga people, this is Naga pride that we are talking about. Naga people are educated, they want their children to be educated. The entire country talks about Naga people speaking the best English. Without, even those who don't go to school speak such good English. That is something which is a source of inspiration for children outside. So you are a source of inspiration to people. Look at the condition of the sports. Look at the condition of the youth ministry. Why is it that the sports and the youth ministry are being combined? There is no reason why that should happen. These are questions that we are asking the ministries. We are asking Mr. Jacob about the development, or rather the non-development, the zilch development of his constituency.
So the Congress has been very vocal on all of these issues. And now, 27 February will be set the fate for the future of the Nagas. So what assurance the Congress will be bringing up, and how are the Congress party will convince the people of Nagaland? In what way? And how many candidates you are planning to put up, since the 5th February has been fixed for the tickets?
That is a question that you have been asking me time and again, but that I will leave for the leaders to answer. And just wait for a few days and you'll get the answer to that. But coming to what we are going to do, one thing is very clear, that even though we have been out of power for 20 long years, the projects that were started during the Congress time, they have not been completed by the present government, because the government does not belong to a party. It belongs to the people. This is a democracy. So they are responsible for completing any projects which are started by a government, because it's in continuation. However, all the issues that we are going to take to the people, and the promises that we are going to make are not going to be promises. They are going to be, literally vows that we will be taking for the prestige of the Naga people, for the betterment of the Naga people, for the betterment of Nagaland itself, and all that you will come to know very soon when our manifesto is released. So just bear with us till then.
So that question, can I pass it to the PCC Secretary and NBCC?
About the ticket?
About the tickets, and as well as the assurance the Congress will give, is giving to the Naga people. Because as I said clearly in the previous press conference also, that you are yet to get a seat. Because
Regarding the tickets, we have a process. The tickets are forwarded from the SCC level to, and will come up to the NPCC level. Then it's forwarded to the
We have
SCC.
the screening committee.
There's a screening committee to take
So
time.
they will make a final call.
But please bear with us for a few more days, and the process will be over.
Okay,
You'll be the
see,
first person.
NTPP, they will go hand in hand with BJP with 40-20.
Yes.
So my question is simple: is how many constituency congresses they are getting to contest? That's simple. Simple as that.
We would want to contest in every single constituency, but it depends. It depends upon the ticket seekers. So far, we have a good number of ticket aspirants, and there's still time.
Yes, the leadership will
Yeah, the
decide that.
leadership will decide.
That is not really for us to answer till they have taken a decision.
Regarding the assurance, we are preparing our manifesto. So, not verbally, but we'll give you in written once it is out.
So one thing is for sure, it won't be just slogans.
But one thing is for sure, and taking it, in extension from the secretary, it will be nothing like the budget today. Congress manifesto.
It will be a people-friendly budget.
It will be all things different, all things practical, all things.
There is something really strange that I found, that I've been looking for the BJP and the NDPP budget of 2018. Please go on to the net if you find it, please do share it with us, because they seem to have disappeared.
It's
Why?
just going viral.
But why are they disappearing from their websites? That's a question they need to answer, because those are the promises. We are going to ask them how many they've fulfilled.
So we have heard that Congress will be putting up one lady candidate. So how far?
We would want to put up as many ladies is possible, but it depends on who comes forward, who seeks the ticket of the Congress party.
You mentioned that you have many candidates wanting Congress tickets. So is there any women candidates as of now?
Yes, we have one. No, now we have one.
I did not answer.
Yeah.
We have.
You won't be giving us
Let's
the
keep
name.
it
See,
down.
today is the 1st of
We
February.
still have time, but you know, so far we have
Yes,
one.
we are saying post second you will know everything. Tomorrow is second. Post second you know everything. Because it's practically day after tomorrow. And soon our senior leaders from Delhi will also start coming there to address the people of Nagaland.
It will be a very inclusive list, lots of young persons.
Any other questions?
No, again.
Since I'm from the Sudarshan News Channel, it's a Hindi
Yes, I
language, so I would like to have a
Sure.
exclusive.
Sure.
Is that okay? Cameras are off?
Yes.
And that, after you, my company, I see the Hindi for.